Hi guys, George here again at Optics Warehouse, and today I'm going to do a standalone video on what I think is set to become one of our most popular thermals. So here we have the Condor CQ35 2.0 L. So what makes me say that this is going to be one of our most popular? Because its predecessor, the Gen 1, that was probably our most popular thermal, and this is the new and improved version. So a quick rundown of the specs. 35mm focal length, that's that good do-it-all combination of a little bit of mag but a nice wide field of view, sort of ticks all the boxes for a lot of people. Sensor wise, we're working with a 640, so we're getting that high-end resolution, but it's not the super expensive 1280s. So we've got a little bit of zoom capability coupled with just a nicer image. In terms of sensitivity, we are running at sub 15 millikelvin as opposed to sub 20 of the Gen 1. That means it is that little bit more sensitive. It's going to add far more texture to the image, and so identification should be a lot better with something like this. There has also been a whole host of other quality of life improvements for the Condor. Now, as you can see, I've got it mounted to a tripod, which doesn't really show this off. But this has all been designed around one-handed use. So I might just take it off there for you. You can see here. We've gone down to 3 buttons along the top, and this little bar here, or roller bar, that's your focus. So it can all be done via one hand. Here on the side, that is your power button, right where your thumb is. As I say, all around one-handed use, whether it's offhand or main hand. Idea basically being to make it easier, more ergonomic in the field for what we're all using this for. Most of us are using this for hunting, foxing, stuff like that, or even deer stalking. You know, even in the day, a thermal, as you'll see, nothing can hide from it. And a lot of people are now starting to switch to these over good sets of binos. So what I'm going to do is our standard thermal test. That is 10 yards to about 150 yards, which I'll be able to prove with the laser rangefinder. Those of you may previously have heard me say it was a 200 yard test. Basically, one of the targets is being used for something else at the moment, so we haven't got quite that far a distance. But you will see just what these thermals are capable of. So, oh, I forgot to mention as well, some other quality of life improvement. The battery has now been changed to a 21700. What that means is essentially it's still a generic battery. You don't have to buy HIKMICRO on, which I'm always in favour of. You can go buy those batteries, they're a generic battery. But the reason for the battery change is it's a bigger battery, longer battery life. You're looking minimum 6 hours on something like this. You do still retain the laser rangefinder as well, which is easier than ever to use. So I'll touch on that when I start getting the footage. So I'm going to start with my recording now. So as you see, start recording there. I've got the LRF already primed, ready to go, and just pinging with that front arrow 13 yards away. You see, blurry, focus. It's dead quick to get that any image in focus. Zoom in is the back arrow, and I'm going to zoom right in on our rat there. Even though it's only 13 yards rather, I like this test because it shows we've got a small heat source with fine detail. As you can see, that's quite still clearly a rat at 15.2 mag, which in the binocular you're not going to want any more than that. And we drop back down to the 1.9. As you see, nice wide field of view there. We've got our squirrel a little bit further afield there, 30 yards away. Can I just pan over to the left? So again, dead quick to get that in focus. Real easy, not struggling or fighting controls. 150 odd yards or so away there. Getting focused. Going to zoom in just a little bit. And yeah, clearly identifiably a fallow buck there. real nice, easy image to get on with. And there's our rabbit and deer behind there. Again, easy to distinguish, really easy to use. I imagine you guys on YouTube, the image is probably even better than what I'm seeing, because the bigger screen can take advantage of this one's sensor so much more. And let's bring that. Really easy to use. There's our fox, 117 yards. So just going to end the recording there. Lovely. So guys, that's been the HIKMICRO Condor 2.0 in the 35mm. As I said, I think this is set to become one of the most popular thermals of 2025. If you want to find out more, please get in contact and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.